What is up, guys? How you doing today, Martin?
I'm doing good, man.
All right. It's going to be a little weird today. I'm going to take point on this episode. What's up, Rasta? Nice to see you in here nice and early. So it's going to be a weird change of pace. I'm going to be doing most of the talking. Martin's going to kind of be me in the background.
I'm
See
chilling,
how this
bro.
goes? Yeah, he's chilling today. He's like he's going to take the day off.
I mean, not necessarily. I'm still
No,
here,
I know,
man. Like,
I know. I'm just messing.
just giving you the car keys, bro. Just just change your
see how this goes. Give me a chance to run things. I'm kind of excited, a little nervous, but we'll see how it goes. So today we have the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I gotta admit, starting off the bat, I gotta apologize and say I was wrong about them. I think both of me and Martin had them winning maybe 10 games last year, maybe barely making the playoffs. We're like, oh, no Tyreek Hill. The offense is going to take a step back. Can their defense carry them? So there's no way I'll believe it when I see it. What's happening right now? I feel like this is the least Martin's ever said in an opening.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Go ahead, dude. You're doing fine, man.
I know. So, yeah, we were wrong on the Kansas City Chiefs last year. We thought the rest of the division got better. We thought they didn't get better, but we were wrong. They proved us wrong. Travis Kelce said it best in the Super Bowl speech. We were wrong. So that leads us into what I was the most wrong about, and that would be Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, he's going to have it down here. He doesn't have targets to throw. Everybody's going to double, triple team Travis Kelce. And let's just say that's not quite what happened. This man went out and decided to go 435 of 648, completing over 67% of his passes for 5,250 yards, an 8.1 average per attempt with 41 touchdowns to 12 interceptions for a quarterback rating of 105.2. That led him to the MVP. And he also ended up winning the Super Bowl MVP. So to say we were a little wrong about Patrick Mahomes would be an understatement.
I think we said we were probably wrong because last year we were mentioning that, his line was so atrocious that we weren't sure if, how we felt if they didn't adjust from it. We didn't think they were going to do as good. Yeah. That I think that's where we were, and I'm trying to look back as you're talking. I'm looking back at last year's video. So,
yeah. Oh, are you really? That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what we said specifically. So go ahead. It's fine.
Yeah. So I mean, he probably. Oh yeah, I just was reading that. He said, "Be careful, Martin." I gave Mike the keys, and I just got to drive again last Friday.
We'll be all right.
Nah, I don't know what's gonna happen here, but we'll see.
We'll be all right.
So, but yeah, he came out with a chip on his shoulder. He wanted to prove that it wasn't just Tyreek Hill that was the reason why he was succeeding. And, I don't know, definitely proved me wrong. And that leads us to the other guy that he likes to pass the ball to, and that would be Travis Kelce, another guy that we said because he was going to get all the double and triple teams. And that guy just had another monstrous season. He was targeted 152 times, which is a godly number, especially for tight end. Caught 110 of those for 1,338 yards for 12.2. What is that? Average for completion. There we go. Got 12 touchdowns. His longest was 52 yards. He even had 2 carries for 5 yards. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I just now noticed that.
It's crazy. He's like one of the best pass catchers last year.
And that's not just saying tight ends. That's just period pass catcher. Like he was putting up top tier receiver numbers. So it's like, I don't know. For some reason, I just thought they weren't going to have it. And both of those guys were like, nope, you don't know us. We don't need Tyreek Hill. We could do it without him.
No, they proved everyone wrong. And that was the thing that, I expected them like to have a little back. And I think that was also like another case on why we said, like there was a lot of key cases that we said why we didn't think we were going to do good. But with that, losing Tyreek, like I knew that we still believed in him because of Andy Reid, and we're like, nah, he's too good of a coach. He'll work with what he has. I remember saying that for sure. But I thought there was going to be a small deterioration from what they had before.
Mm-hmm. So, well, that leads us into a review here. We're going to go. Kansas City Chiefs went 13-4 over the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Or 14-3 rather. Sorry, wow, misspoke. 14-3. Led by, like we said, Andy Reid. We had him down for 10. Apparently, to me, the thing that I felt really carried them was the improvement of their defense. Because there was a few games where Patrick Mahomes kind of looked like the Patrick Mahomes we were expecting. But then he sits there and like he had a couple games. Like he didn't have that many turnovers, but he had a couple games where he had turnovers, and the defense was the one stepping up. And I feel like that is what led him to the Super Bowl. You watched the Super Bowl too against the Eagles, like people like Nick Bolton, Chris Jones, those guys. Even the rookie McDuffie in the back that they got in the first round of the 22 draft. Like the defense was really surprising to me. Just right. How I knew they were good and they had potential, but I just didn't think they would gel as well as they did over the course of one season. What do you think?
I think they're going to do a lot better. I mean, McDuffie, you just mentioned him. I think Karlaftis has a much bigger uptick this year.
Oh, I agree.
So, and then Brian Cook, who they also drafted last year, who probably may or may not have a better chance of playing more on the field. Like they went defense DBs heavy because they got Jalen Watson, McDuffie, obviously, Cook, Williams. I'm not trying to think. I think those were the four that they got. So the mainly most of their draft picks were like DBs, and I think there was one in the last round. I think Johnson or something like that. So I can't remember his first name, but yeah, no, it was defensive, like defensive back heavy. So they're looking to fix this defense because it seems like throughout the last couple of years it's been the biggest struggle. So I would expect them to do a lot better for sure this year.
Yeah. So, but then they reached after going 14-3, they reached the playoffs, and in that playoff run, they beat probably also top 8 receiving yards. Yeah, never would have expected that.
Travis Kelce, yeah,
yeah. But then they reached the playoffs, and it's not like not to take anything away from what the Eagles did, but I mean, we can all agree they kind of had an easier path to the Super Bowl. Not the Chiefs; they had to play the Jaguars, then they played the Bengals, and then they played the Eagles. All 3 games, which I think the last 2 they were probably underdogs because Mahomes was coming off the injury.
Right.
Was it the Bengals game he got hurt? Yeah, he got hurt in the Bengals game. But because of what happened the previous year and in the regular season, the Bengals were favored even though it was in Kansas City. They still managed to overcome that. Then on one leg, Mahomes beats the Eagles in the Super Bowl, winning Super Bowl MVP. Amazing season. Can't argue with it.
Right.
I mean, Mahomes getting the trifecta, Super Bowl MVP, and MVP. I think it's only happened like 2 or 3 other times. So that leads us into this offseason. Key departures. We'll start with the coaching staff. They lost Eric Bieniemy. He went to the Commanders. They replaced him with whole-time
good friend. Good for him, by the way.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, and I'm reading reports that he is actually head coach in waiting, so I'm happy for him.
I think
finally getting the chance. Yeah, finally getting the chance to see what he can do. Right. And then they bring in Matt Nagy, old-time friend. I mean, he was on the team as a consultant capacity, I think, last year, something like that, wasn't he? I know he was there, but he just didn't have a real role. Well, he's now the offense coordinator. Oh, James came in with something.
Yeah,
what we got here. Fun fact: Patrick Mahomes is the 3rd player to ever have 2 MVP suit to the Super Bowl MVPs and 2 Super Bowls behind Montana and Brady. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
and he did his earlier too. I think.
It's like what you mentioned. Could he have a 3-peat?
Right. I lost my place. Oh, yeah. So they brought in Matt Nagy as the new offense coordinator. He was there in a consultant capacity last year. Now he's the offense coordinator. So I don't think the offense is going to miss a beat with him coming in. You still got Steve Spagnuolo as the defensive coordinator. But let's go over to some of these key people that they lost. They lost a few. Most notably, I would say Orlando Brown Jr. He left Kansas City to go to Cincinnati. They lost safety Juan Thornhill, running back Ronald Jones, but he was barely being used. They lost fullback Michael Burton. That could be an interesting loss. They also lost Frank Clark, but he actually missed a good portion of last year because of
that's not a big piece. Like he's no, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not
that.
saying he is because he was barely there last year.
Yeah, no,
he was suspended for a good part of it.
No, screw that guy.
So, but I honestly, the only real big loss I would say would be the receiving room, where they lost McCole Hardman to the Jets and Juju Smith-Schuster to New England. And the only thing they did was bring in someone in the draft, right?
Yeah, draft-wise, well, I mean, if you guys want, whenever you want to transition, they did bring in like one in the draft. It was the second round.
Yeah. So, I mean, Orlando Brown Jr. clearly the biggest departure, but, considering what they did bringing people in, I don't feel like they'll miss him too much. So that'll lead us into people they brought in, which was a tackle to replace him.
Right.
And that was, what is it? Trust me.
From the draft?
No.
Talking about Felix?
No, they brought in Juwan Taylor. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
That's his name.
Offseason.
Yeah, they brought him in on a 4-year, $80 million contract. To replace
they did not lose
Brown.
Big on any receivers, in my opinion. The guy youth on how Patrick spreads the ball is perfectly fine.
Well, yeah, but that should be a testament though. Like they basically didn't lose much. If their biggest losses were in the receiving room, and then we're saying, well, they didn't really lose much. So obviously, this team's primed to be good again this year.
I mean, Patrick creates receivers, man. That's basically what it is. He's that good. I feel like he's fine.
They did bring in Drew Tranquil to help the defense, and I know you like him.
I do.
From the Chargers, so that was pretty
really
big.
Do like him, yeah.
They re-signed McKinnon to a 1-year deal. Not really seen anybody else. Oh, it was a big one that I thought was kind of funny. I don't know if you know this, but they signed Lamar Jackson to a 1-year deal.
Oh, the
quarterback,
the DB, yeah.
I was looking at it and I was like, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
I had to click on him. I was like, oh,
yeah, I remember him. Yep, I remember.
I was like, wait a minute, that's not what I heard. Imagine Lamar Jackson just sitting behind Patrick Mahomes. That'd be hilarious. So those are some of the free agents that they lost and they brought in. But I think what they did really well was their draft. So we can transition to that.
Okay. I actually.
Do you want to go over the draft picks? Or you want me to do
it? I mean, look, it's your show today, so I'll do that. I'll take care of that.
All right, yeah. Let us know the draft picks.
So draft pick wise, I was actually kind of impressed this year of what they did. I mean, overall, they drafted what they needed.
Yep.
Say what?
Oh, I was trying to remember the receiver that they just brought in.
Yeah, they drafted what they needed. Like it wasn't like necessarily core depth. They had their starters. It was still like what they had. Like everyone who's played last year, except outside of even Justin Reed was there. Everyone's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like these rookies are going to come in and make an immediate impact. Now, however, Dynasty, you probably want them for it eventually. So Felix Ozama, who's probably one of my favorite ones coming in out of Kansas City as an edge, impressed me a lot in the combine. And then I'm looking at his overall college. I'm like, he's actually pretty good. Rashee Rice, who the heir apparent might be the new Sky Moore, which I'm not going to believe it until I see it, because I know a lot of people were high on Sky Moore last year. And I'm like, no, I don't think he's going to be that good until second or third year, which now he has a clear role. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise me if Rashee Rice kind of sits there, because you got to look at Justin Ross and Watson, who are also kind of competing for that fourth spot too. So it's going to be interesting to me to see where he lands. But yeah, the receiver coming in at SMU. Then you got Wyman Morris, who came out of Oklahoma, the offensive tackle. Shamari Connor, DB of Virginia Tech. BJ Thompson, edge runner. Stephon Austin, and then Kanye Coburn at Texas, defensive tackle. And then last but not least, but Nick Jones out of Ball State, another corner. So guys that were on defense and guys that are on depth. They're looking to improve their defense. They're looking to actually, stop sucking on the defensive side of the ball because you already know what offense can do, and they're really good at it. Now, the loss of Eric Bieniemy might change that up, but I'm not sure how that affects.
No, I still think Andy Reid was running the offense. So.
True. I'm not a big believer on Matt Nagy, to be honest, but it is what it is. But I do like what they did. Like it's nothing sexy, nothing that they like truly needed. No flash player like these guys they needed, but it's for depth. Yep. And I think they lack at defense, and I think this will help them elevate. I mean, they're just only going to get better. So
I think it's crazy, kind of like what you were saying, that like I think this is the first team we've covered doing all these teams where like you look at every single one of their draft picks and you're like, and not that this is a detriment to any of the players or like because they're not good. It's just because of just how good the Chiefs are. None of these players are starting week 1.
Oh, no. I don't think so at all. No. I mean, maybe Coburn, but even that, like, it's...
And that's just crazy. Like, even the first round pick, you're like, oh, Felix? Nope. Not going to start. But when Felix does get in, he's going to open the door for Karlaftis on the other side, though.
But that's the thing, though. Like, Leo Chanel is there, and I don't think he's going to... Like, I think Leo Chanel might have himself... Between him, Felix, Karlaftis... And maybe I don't think Drew Tranquil will go back there. He's too much of a good cover. Nah, those 3 guys are going to be rotating in and out of the edge. Like I really do. Like I don't expect them to. I don't know. Chris Jones is probably going to open it up for all 3 of them, so it doesn't even matter. Like they're just that good.
Yeah, it was a good draft, and I like you said, really good depth pieces. Like this defense is going to get like even scarier because it's like starter gets hurt. Or a starter gets tired, bring someone else in, and that person can be almost just as good. And you're going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Sit there on the offensive line like, I just needed a break, but now I can't because this guy's just as good.
Yeah, I felt like it was an okay draft. The fact that they were sitting at the 31st spot, so they had to work with what they had. Obviously all the top alpha dogs were already chosen by the time they got to 20-something picks. So it's like, it is. That's the way it goes, though. You win a Super Bowl, you get the last pick of the draft,
right? Yeah, but 2 years in a row, they got 2 stud.
Yeah, Felix Ozama will eventually be, a pretty good defensive edge.
3 years from now, he could be like, oh, look at that, Felix.
Without a doubt, man.
Karlaftis go to the Pro Bowl. Like that's how good those 2 guys are.
Yeah, I mean the dude's like 6'3", 255, and he's quick and it's got good. He's gonna be a monster.
And he's from down the road. He came out of Kansas State, so he didn't even have to go very far.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this offense.
Okay.
Which I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna be good.
Dude, Patrick Mahomes is just that good, man. I know he's always been good, but I think he's like arguably. I don't think in the right mind anybody's gonna say Patrick Mahomes is underneath anybody. Like I think he's labeled the number 1 in everyone's book across like everyone's board. Like
right.
I would love to meet the person that says Patrick Mahomes isn't number 1. I would love to meet that person, and I would just love to see why. But go ahead, man.
All right. So obviously, this offense can be led by the one, the only Patrick Mahomes. You got Blaine Gabbert. I didn't even know Blaine Gabbert was behind him. Dang, what happened to what's his face?
He just left.
Yeah, interesting. So you got Blaine Gabbert behind him. You got a couple other guys that I don't know, but I don't even think they're going to snip the field. So
No.
Shane Bouchel?
I think it's Shane Buscelli, but
Yeah,
and then
Bouchel.
Chris Adokin, but no, these guys are going to beat no.
And then now, to me, the most interesting position on this whole offense to me for the Kansas City Chiefs is the running back position. Clearly, Isaiah Pacheco is going to be the number one guy.
Dude.
But, I mean, you got people like Jared McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then LaMichael Pirine behind him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is Clyde Edwards-Helaire done?
He might be, dude. Hypothetical, but what a team have to give up to get that man. I know it's not ever going to happen, but, dude, they would have to trade the entire farm. Unspeakable things. Like, the contract they have to take, the draft picks they have to give up. Like, you're looking at a person who can create a team.
I wish the phone call was recorded when the Commanders called the Chiefs asking about Mahomes.
So stupid.
I wish I just knew how that conversation went.
So
I really do. That still cracks me up to this day.
Like you really had to be on one that morning in order to just even consider.
Like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Okay.
Even the impossible ones, I guess. Whatever, dude. But
yeah, I know. I don't get it. So, like I said, Isaiah Pacheco clearly going to be the favorite. He is coming off an injury. Didn't he have surgery too? I think.
Yeah. So
he should be good
because they got him in the 7th round. Like, I know. Dude out of Rutgers in the 7th round. Like, who would have thought?
7th round, 251.
Who would have thought?
Well, just look at Brock Purdy. That dude's Mr. Irrelevant. So
yeah, they would trade Andy Reid before. Yeah,
they would trade Andy Reid.
Yeah, well, apparently you can trade coaches now. So yeah.
But, I don't know. Well, don't sleep on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm sure if he's healthy, he'll try to get into the rotation. And then we know in his role, the way it is, Jerick McKinnon can shine too when he's not the featured back. So I think this running back room was really good. We'll just have to hope like they don't get hit by injuries. But if they're down to just Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that could be kind of scary. Or maybe it could be good. Who knows?
I don't know. He came out so good in his rookie year. It's like this guy might actually do something.
Yeah, he did. I liked him his rookie year. He was like jumping to like 2nd round pick in the
he was great
redraft, and everyone's like, yeah, this guy. And then like 1 year later, we're like, well, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I could see. No, I don't know, dude. It's gonna be tough for him because he's gonna be like 3rd string, and honestly, he's probably just gonna have to get a restart somewhere else. And he can't ball out if he's not even gonna be considered the 1 or the 2. He's gonna have to wait for an injury, and he's had this entire time to prove it, dude. I don't think so, man. Like it's gonna be to a point where he just needs a fresh start somewhere else. I could see him somewhere like a crap team like the Cardinals and maybe get a fresh start there. I don't know.
That's possible.
Or even Tampa Bay.
Well, Tampa Bay, I could see that one. So now we got the receivers. Still, I have Marquez Valdes-Scantling as number 1, Kadarius Tony is 2, and then Sky Moore is 3.
Yep, that's what I got too.
I like yours a little better because yours shows the slot. Who do you have in the slot?
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna show yours. Like, no,
Sky Moore.
Yours.
Okay, Sky Moore. So yeah, Sky Moore in the slot. That makes sense to me. I like it. And then of course behind him. See, now this is where it's like I don't think I want to doubt their receiving core because you got those as the starters, and then behind them you got Rashee Rice, you got Justin Watson, who he balled out in a couple games. You got Justin Ross, who he's turning heads in practice. And he's a big 6'4", 210 guy out of USC who, before he got hurt in college, was considered one of the top receivers coming out of his draft.
Yep.
And he came out. He was undrafted, huh?
Yeah.
He's a rookie this year.
Mm-hmm.
So back-to-back injuries kept him from even getting drafted. So I'm excited to see what he could do if he can even get on the field. If he gets on the field and can play like he can play, watch out for this offense.
Yeah. I think they have a very good versatility of guys. You know, Valdez is that, straight up type of guy. Like, he'll play heads up with his DBs. Kadarius Tony's like a human joystick. He's still one of my favorite receivers.
I agree.
And Sky Moore, he's just quick.
Yep.
So like they have like those 1, 2, and 3, and then you got to add Travis Kelce in there.
Who's just getting to that too. Travis Kelce at tight end.
Who's just like
ageless, man. That guy doesn't seem to get old.
No, it doesn't seem like it. And I know we like in the last couple of years, a lot of Dynasty people were like, yeah, he might. It might be the year. It might be this guy's not even from planet Earth, man. It's just different. He's just different.
And then you got Noah Gray behind him and Blake Bell. I don't think any of these guys. I mean, Noah Gray maybe gets on the field.
Noah Gray, I do think.
Yeah, Noah Gray, but that's about it. And then you got this stud offensive line. We got Donovan Smith at left tackle, Joe Thuney at left guard, one of the best centers in the entire NFL, and Creed Humphrey. What a steal he was. Got Trey Smith at right guard, and then the new guy, Jawan Taylor at right tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said how many times, like your success on offense and defense starts with your line.
100%.
And they got it, man. There's a reason 100%. Why they got to the Super Bowl and went 14-3.
Yeah. This team is without a doubt going to be really good and offensively. And a lot of people don't know who these receivers are. They might know who MVS is just because he played with the Packers. But then a lot of people are like, oh, he's too old or whatever. But it's like there's a reason why I can keep arguing with you guys on why Kadarius Tony is so good. But the problem is he gets hurt a lot. And that's what sucks. If I had a chance, like, Kadarius Tony might be the main one guy here that, it's like, I don't know. Patrick Mahomes is this good. Like you put him trash receivers here, I think he'll still be able to make it. But then again, we have seen him where his offense did fail him. So I don't know. As long as the guy can catch, I'm pretty sure he could still make it work. But
I agree. Again, and like you said, I think if Tony can keep his emotions in check, and just stay on the field, he could easily be the number one receiver on this entire offense.
I think he is already.
Oh, I think he is. I agree. Like, he has the talent to not just when he catch the ball, but then when he gets the ball, he can make magic happen. Like, he's just that good. But he just has to, because, we had that blow up when he was with the Giants, and he's, punching people and gets ejected. And that was in the midst of his best game as a pro.
Yeah.
It was, so up and down with him. And I think that's why the Giants eventually were like, we can't deal with him. We're going to let him go. And I feel like –
Good.
I just feel like if you look at this roster, though, the Chiefs have a lot of guys who they, took a gamble on. Even Kelce was a gamble. He was a problem child in college at Cincinnati. Took a chance on him, best tight end. I don't know. They just seem to bring people – I think Tyreek Hill, he had some issues, but they're like, no, we're going to keep you. We're going to keep you on the straight and narrow. Bam, became one of the best receivers in the NFL.
I think that's what Andy Reid does, though.
Oh, I think so. I really do. He's such a father figure to these guys.
There's one thing I said about Kadarius Tony, he's if you look at his socials and stuff, Tony is he's not football focused. You really look at his socials, dude. He is young Joker.
I was gonna say, he has his rapping career.
Tony. Huh?
That's his rapper name.
No, right? Yeah, Kadarius Tony does not consider himself as a football player. He considers himself as young Joker. And I've listened to his music. It's actually not that bad. It's it's just not as popular. Well, I don't know. And I've said this before, where you put me in a room between at the time it was Dayball and Jones. On the other side of the hallway, you got Reed and Mahomes.
Yeah.
And if you were given a choice on who to listen to and who to take criticism from, I think the freaking answer is night and day. Okay. You're not, there's clear that you're going to walk into the Reed Mahomes room. And I think this is where Tony has that respect level where I think we didn't hear anything. Like at the beginning when he first got there a little bit, he did that stupid fake I'm injured bobble into the end zone. And then karma hit the following week, and then he ended up getting injured, like for real. So I'm like, well, dude, you kind of asked for it, you know. So it's and then after that, but we didn't hear anything outside of that. And even in the offseason, like I knew this because I had him on my Dynasty team for the longest time, and he's been one of my favorite players. I've always followed him and everything. And now it's like, okay, he hasn't done anything true dramatic, and it wouldn't surprise me. We see Kadarius Tony in the top 15, without a doubt, and that's what I just think. You know,
I agree. I completely agree with what you just said, and that's why I said if he can focus on football first and then keep his emotions in check, like he could easily be just he got to put up the good numbers as Kelce, if not better. Like he could be the number one target on this team.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to back that. They're like, oh no, I don't know about it. I'm like, yeah, well,
no, he has the talent. It's just does he want to utilize it? Does he want to be Kadarius Tony, or does he want to be Young Joker? You know, he's got to make that decision. So, all right, let's go ahead and.
I wouldn't do that. That's stupid.
Putting him on the training block.
I wouldn't do that. That's dumb.
I'll give you a 5th rounder.
Especially for you, dude. Your team is old as shit. you need to like you got lucky with that one, and it's just because of out of injuries. I remember dropping him out of injuries and stuff that I couldn't afford. My defense was in shambles and receivers, and at the time he was just recently injured. I remember how to get rid of him to make space. So that'd be stupid. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, hey, whatever. You're looking at a guy who's going to be sitting there for at least 2-3 years, at least minimum, very young, and attached to one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, why would you, unless you're asking for like, I don't think right now people are going to give you a lot because of the skepticism from the last couple of years. But the fact is, you know, Tony should be good, but you have to wait till what he does this year. God, man. I got coffee all over my face, this damn cup.
All right. So that's the offense. Anything else on the offense?
No, I'm just telling you how I think, James. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying kidding. Like, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. That's my opinion.
Well, I think he's saying he's kidding about putting him on the trading block, which I hope so.
No, I think he was just waiting for a reaction.
Oh, he was. So we learned our lesson. We're not going to take this offense for granted again. They're going to be good.
I think so. I really think so.
So that's going to lead us into the defense, but I want to talk about some of their players individually real quick, starting with Chris Jones, who I believe is the heart and soul of this here defense.
You think so? Really?
I think so. I think the defense runs through him on the defensive line. I really do. And dude's big, 6'6", 310. Came in, had 44 total tackles, 30 solo, 14 assists at the defensive tackle position. And this is what blows my mind because, like I said, it must be something that's changing because when I first started watching football, the defensive tackle was like, take up space, don't allow the running back to get by you, get 3 guys on you so the edge guys can get the quarterback. This guy had 15 and a half sacks last year at the defensive tackle position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is he like a defensive end playing defensive tackle? Because that's insane.
He's just disruptive, man.
Oh, he is. 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. He had 4 pass deflections. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just every play he's harassing the quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I feel like the NFL is kind of changing of the guard here because like defensive tackles are just like more important. Like just look at how much defensive ends are getting paid versus defensive tackles. We're keeping 2 defensive tackles. We're trying to get rid of Chase Young. Like it's insane.
Right.
But I guess that's just the way the defenses are running now. And but when you're putting up 15 and a half sacks, can't blame them.
No, you can't. I feel like, the fact that he's a defensive tackle for IDP purposes, it's kind of hard to lean on defensive linemen so much,
I agree.
because clearly linebackers are the ones that get most of the points. DBs can pop off as well with a few like pick sixes and taking them to the house. They could elevate themselves to like the number one for like multiple weeks, because you don't see it so often. Offensive usually they throw the interception and then tackle them like after 20 yards or something like that. So, but for him to be like, well, I don't even know what he was in our league.
I don't either, but I feel like he has to be up there. Like,
I'm
it's
pretty
making me.
sure.
It almost makes me rethink, because when we first started this, and I was formulating my team and I do my draft every year, I would stay away from defensive tackles, because like I said, I had that old school mentality where I'm like, yeah, they're good, but they don't get like fantasy points. But
Yeah,
now I
I
see things like Chris Jones getting 15 and a half
I think he
sacks.
was like 6th.
Jonathan Allen gets 13 sacks. Deron Payne had 11 and a half. And I'm like, oh, maybe I got to rethink this defensive tackle thing, because
No, and that's that. So that's why, like, and I remember when we were talking about it, like, I went a couple years without like having to think about how do you feel about defensive tackle. There's not enough love for them.
I agree.
So this is why, I remember we talked about it for like 2 seasons straight before we actually made the change, and we're like, yeah, let's just add another defensive tackle spot.
Right.
Like give the big men some love. Like,
Right.
like we've talked about this. The linemen are the biggest part of what makes defense. If your D lineman sucks, your linebackers aren't going to do as hot.
Right.
Or maybe they're just going to get overworked. Your DBs are going to get overworked. Like it's depending on where they're at, if they're either 4-point stance, 3-point stance, it don't matter. As long as they get their job done and disrupt the quarterback, because if they push the quarterback to a certain level of stress that they don't throw as well, which opens it up for the DBs, to do their thing and, knocks receivers out of route. Then comes the linebacker. If they swing out for if they all the check downs or whatever to the tight end, it's easy for them to engage onto that. Or even when they do some sweeps because they're running out of the pocket. It's like edge runners. This is why we see now in this last couple seasons, the edge runners are getting smaller, but faster and stronger. And it's so weird to say that. It's so weird to say that.
It is.
Because you would think you want the biggest, tallest dude there.
Right.
But these guys are just speedsters. Like, they are just fast. And it's so hard. Like, imagine getting 2 speedsters closing in on in, and then you see just Chris Jones right in your face because you only have to go forward. You can't run backwards.
Yeah, you have the 2 guys coming this way to the quarterback, and he goes to step up, and he's like, oh, can't.
Chris Jones is right there.
Chris Jones is in my face now. And because he's 6'6", it's not like he can throw the ball over him.
No. And I think this is where the NFL is running into. You see interior defensive linemen getting a lot bigger and taller and leaner, to be honest. Some of them are just quick. But I feel like now it's the game has changed so much. And
it has.
And for people that think that, oh yeah, running back one's still a thing, you're absolutely wrong. It's got to be 2 running backs because
I agree.
Because that and I know we're focused on defense, but having 2 different type of running backs gives the defense something to worry about on what they're gonna do, because you don't know what this running back is gonna do or what that other running back is gonna do, because you don't know the play's gonna. And if they're both on the field, and
it keeps them fresher and it keeps them away from injury because they're not on the field all the time.
Oh, absolutely. This is why we're going to the 1-2 punches now. We're going for the bruisers and we're going for speedsters. The Seahawks did some interesting things. Like, now Charbonnet can do both, and he's big. Walker is quick, and he could do just about the same. It's like that. It's interesting. It really is. And I feel like Chris Jones being in the middle, like, if they face someone like that, it's like, you got Leo Chanel, Nick Bolton, and George Karlaftis, who are all pretty fast.
So having such a disruptor in the middle like that makes everyone around him's life so much easier.
Oh, absolutely.
And that'll lead us into the next guy, who had an absolutely insane season, and I should know because I have him in Dynasty, and his name is Nick Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize it until I was doing research for my episode here, but that guy was second in the entire league in tackles.
Yeah.
The only person ahead of him was Foyt Oluokun.
Yep. The dude had 174 points total. Like with like 180 tackles. It was nuts.
He had 180 tackles, 108 solo. 108 solo. That's insane. 72 assisted, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, including a fumble return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Almost had 2 if it wasn't for a penalty.
Yeah.
3 pass deflects. Like, I mean, this guy, like, if you got past Chris Jones, I felt like he was wherever the ball was. Like
he was that big safety guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a safety blanket for him. And it goes to show you don't need sacks. You don't need forced fumbles. You don't need he barely had 2 sacks and a forced fumble. That was barely, and the 2 interceptions. That was barely. Those numbers are not high, but he's just a tackling machine, like 100%. Really he's everywhere, dude. I like him.
Oh, I do too. I like him a lot. I was just glad I got him. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Oh my God, just to calculate. Maybe the.
You looking at Nick Bolton?
I'm trying to do the. Oh my God.
What?
All right, I quit. I was just trying to figure out what the average per game tackle was, but my calculator was being stupid.
No.
It was like popping up ads and asking me questions, and I'm like, I just want my calculator. What is happening?
No, yeah, you're good. I mean, there's one game where he didn't do so hot. It was Tennessee. He only had like 3 tackles, but overall,
but 10 tackles a game would be 170. So
it's one dude on one freaking week. He had 18.
Oh, I think that was the week he had almost 30 points for me.
That was like week 16. So if you have IDP and you had him in your defense, like he probably won you that week or helped out dramatically. 18 freaking tackles. That's get out of here, dude.
Yeah, that dude is all over the field. Wherever the ball is, he's just there. And it's great. It's incredible to watch sometimes. Not just him, but like people and other people too. Just like how instinctive they are to know where, like how the play is going to break down, where the ball is going to be. Like it's fun to watch. And when it happens to be your guy, it makes it even more fun to watch.
Exactly.
Kind of like Bobby Wagner when he was younger. That's the same kind of player.
Like, dude, that guy's still productive, man. That guy's an alien. He's still. You put him on another team, he still does good. I don't understand. Like he's unbelievably good.
All right, so let's go ahead and look at the rest of this defense.
Yeah, you want me to read it off this time?
Sure, go ahead.
So you got George Karlaftis there at left end, Derek Natty at tackles, Chris Jones we talked about, Charles Omenui, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, who they drafted last year as well with the addition of Willie Gay actually those are separate years, my bad. Who did they draft with Brian Cook? It was Johnson, right? Yeah. And then Justin Reed, L'Jarius Sneed, and then Trent McDuffie. All those DBs, Williams, McDuffie, and Cook all came in within last year. So DB wise, I think they're set. The addition of Justin Reed last year helped out dramatically.
Oh, I agree.
With Honey Badger gone, Justin Reed stepped in, did really well. L'Jarius Sneed is just one of the best DBs so far that in the game right now, and it just look, they're elevating themselves. It's weird that last year they just weren't clicking all the time. But I hope that since they're all coming back now, I feel like, okay, maybe we could do something here. Maybe we don't have to just rely on the 3 key pieces, which would be McDuffie, Bolton, and freaking Jones. And this is why I think Karlaftis should be a great addition to anybody's dynasty rosters, and I think he should be. I think he's going to be pretty good this year, hopefully. But he's also like, it's that gamble where it's like he is getting his first start finally. Last year it was like, okay, I don't. It was his rookie year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was so confused for a second, but I realized I have a 4-3 and you have a nickel. I was like, why is Drew Tranquil? I was like, why do you have Drew Tranquil on the bench?
no, they have this weird. They only run 2 linebackers.
No, they do. They run a mostly nickel defense.
And it, like I said, Drew Tranquil is definitely going to be the first linebacker, and Leo Chanel is going to play edge. I'm not considering him a linebacker. I think Leo Chanel will be down on the line more often than not.
Yeah, I have him as the backup strong side linebacker too. That's weird.
Yeah, no, they play him a lot at edge. That I know for sure. And even on Sleeper, I do believe Leo Chanel is labeled as both. Yeah. I could look it up, but I'm pretty sure he is labeled as both.
I think he is.
Yeah, I got it up right now. Oh no, he's not.
Oh, interesting.
Unless this is just because of the computer. I don't know. Maybe look, Sleeper. What we use Sleeper. Sleeper's great, but I don't think that. I'll check on the phone, but I'm pretty sure. I know last year he was, unless they changed it. No, yeah, he's just labeled as linebacker now.
Interesting. Yes, I got this one last year. He had both designated.
That is interesting. But he's not going to play there. That's so weird. Huh. I don't know. Yeah.
Still
overall,
think it's a pretty stout defense. They got depth with the draft that they just had. I mean, the secondary is going to be really good. Obviously, we really like the linebackers. They have 3 guys in a system of 2 that will just ball out. Obviously, the defensive line with the addition of Felix to Karlaftis and Jones and Charles. Like, it's going to be scary defense.
Yeah,
they take steps forward.
If either one of these linebackers go down, Drew Tranquil, easily without a doubt, is going to be that waiver wire guy week 1. I'm not even like, he does it every year. You put him on a different team each year. Drew Tranquil he did it with the Vikings. He did it with the Cardinals. He did it with, it wouldn't surprise me. He can do it here.
I agree.
And the Chargers, he did it with Chargers. I don't know. It's just no matter where he's at, he's just going to be that guy that,
Is this Willie Gay's last season in the Chiefs uniform? His last year.
Possibly. I don't think that they're going to, because next year's linebackers, man, are so good, dude. Next year's linebackers are something special. I can't wait till those guys come in. If they don't exercise a contract negotiation, then yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
So is this the biggest loss the Chiefs have had lately? X Factor Chiefsaholic not being at the games anymore.
Gosh.
Well, Chiefsaholic is the guy that was basically robbing banks to go to Chiefs games. He would show up to the Chiefs games in like a wolf mask.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
And apparently on the road trips, he would stop at a bank and rob them in order to pay for his road trips.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I
think X Factor punched somebody and then was banned, I think.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
that'll do it.
Overall, this team's looking pretty scary.
I think so. Hopefully, like, I'm not, and by any means, man. Like, there comes to a point where like I'm just tired of seeing them, but it's like I enjoy the game so much. Like any team going is like, but this team has the chance to lose it as well. Because the Cincinnati Bengals have a pretty good, decent roster too, and they could just come in here and actually create havoc for these guys, or and it's knock them out of the playoffs. I don't know, but we'll see. I do expect these guys to make it again.
Yep. All right. So, oh, I forgot I got to control something. Hold on. Don't mind me.
You good?
Yeah. Oh, I was getting ready to start something, and then I realized, oh crap, I'm running the show. I got to be the one who does it. Because now that we went over the offense and defense, that's going to lead us into our next segment, which is taking, gambling. Hell no.
Yeah. Who you
So,
take? God, you're so excited. Jesus. God.
hey, you got to be biased around here, okay?
No, it was just so like, yeah, taking.
I'm not going to lie. The not taking is probably going to be the hardest one on this. Well, maybe not the hardest. I guess.
I don't know about that. That might be too
So,
easy for me. But
did you go first yesterday, or did I go first?
I
No, you
can't
went first.
remember.
You went
I
first
think
yesterday.
I went first yesterday.
Yeah, because I was like, please don't take mine. Please don't take mine. And then you did.
But yeah, if you want to go first, go for it, man. If you have your three ready.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be really homer here and say, who am I taking? Nick Bolton.
Nick Bolton, yeah.
I mean,
that's too easy, though.
I know, but fine, I'll go a different route. Fine. No Nick Bolton. I'm out. Now I got to think things through.
No, let's say what you got to say about Nick Bolton. You already highlighted
Oh,
it.
well, I'm just saying, Nick Bolton. It's so weird because he's a little undersized at only 5'11", but he just doesn't seem to matter with him. The dude's only 23, coming off 180 tackles, 108, which was solo. Like, I think his numbers will be around that, if not better, moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a beast. Like I said, he has that instinct to wherever the ball is, that's where he is. Like, it's just insane. Like, I kind of reminds me of like a Brian Urlacher kind of. I mean, I know Brian Urlacher is much bigger, but because that dude was like 6'4". But like the same kind of instinct though, because like even Brian Urlacher said, like when he came in as a safety, they're like moved to middle linebacker, and he's like, I've never played middle linebacker, and he said the coaches were like, just wherever the ball is, be there. And he said he took that to heart, and that's why like wherever the ball was, that's where he was, because he like that's just what that's what he was told to do. Yeah. And I feel like that's the same kind of instincts that Nick Bolton has. And it's like it's something you can't teach, kind of, you know, like just wherever the ball is, that's where Nick Bolton is, and that's going to translate into fantasy points on defense.
Right.
Gamble. My gamble is going to be Kadarius Tony, just because like the talent is there. He could easily be the number one, but like, is he going to blow up emotionally? Is he going to just care more about his rapping career? Like, we need you to focus, Kadarius. Like, if he's able to do that, then it would be more of a take than a gamble. But unfortunately, we just don't know where his head is and where he wants to be. So that's why he's my gamble, because he is so good. He really is.
No, yeah, I agree.
First round pick out of Florida, 6 foot, 193. Like, he could be that guy. Yeah. And as far as who am I not taking, probably going to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Braden was saying. Yeah. Easy not taking. You don't know what you're going to get out of him anymore.
Exactly.
And Isaiah Pacheco just showed up and he's like, yeah, dude, I own the town.
Well, not just that, but McKinnon's above him. So
yeah,
it's like your third string. You got to hope for like a significant kind of, which we know, obviously, knock on wood, we don't want that to happen. But he's got to hope for like an injury or something to happen to get on the field. And it's just not the best of things to have to wait. Yeah. Which is so weird because like going into last year, he was like drafted in the second round. And now to think he's like a not take and he's only 24. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. What's up, Derpy? Yeah, we had to make some changes, man. Just more of a attendance issue, I guess. Like we've had just people come in that were kind of disruptive, but we didn't have enough, and I had to make some slots, man. So things were made, dude. Sorry, dude, but like, just sorry, man. Anthony's here like every episode usually, and I needed someone who was a little bit more here. Sorry, dude. So nothing against you, Derp. You still like you. It's just I needed someone who was kind of here more and longer. So I don't even know if you're here now. Like,
right?
You jump in. It's I don't know.
Yeah, you just kind of jump in and then you leave. So we're like,
I don't know, man. Like, it's all good. Still love you, bro. But I had to make some changes.
So who do you got?
The ones that I'm gonna definitely take, and I'm sorry I didn't click on any of you guys. My bad. CH obviously. Who's you?
Oh, that's fine.
When we talked about Kadarius Tony, obviously,
We did, and
but the ones that I'm probably gonna have to take, obviously, like for sure. I really think that George Karlaftis is going to make a year debut. Like I know he had his chances last year, but
almost took him to.
I think he's gonna make an immediate impact now this year. Nobody's in front of him. He just has to worry about Leo Chanel, who may or may not, snuff him, but it's all good. Um, I think that he's going to establish himself as the main guy there. I mean, 6'4", almost 270. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be able to outpace him. And I think Leo Chanel takes out Charles Omenu. So it's that's the guy I'm definitely going to take for sure. The guy that I might be gambling on, and I'll take the other receiver, like Sky Moore. He is like should be as good as Tony this year, but again, if he should have been like as good as what he thought he was, he should have balled out last year, right? So this is like kind of like this risk taking. Like, what are we gonna get out of him? I do expect him to do a lot better this year. He should be on the field more, and quintessentially, like you want guys who are on the field more, and I think he's gonna step it up again this year. So Sky Moore, my gambling. The guy I'm not taking. I just, man, I don't know. I think I've mentioned this, but I mean, I would say Charles Omenu might be the guy who might end up getting benched by Leo Chanel. Despite they took him not too long ago, I just don't know if he's going to survive the speed behind Leo Chanel, and he's just that good. Despite it's his labeled linebacker, I still think that he can just come in. He's a bigger dude. He's faster than him. I think they're gonna put him at edge eventually. So
was it either that or you have Felix behind him too? So
yeah. And then Felix is right behind him too. I'm not taking him, even though as young as he is, and he, I don't think he. So those are my three. So yeah,
I agree with those. Yeah, I almost took Karlaftis because I like him too.
Yeah, he should be. Again, it's like I said, he's almost that gamble territory for me though.
He is. But if you like him enough, he could be a take.
He could be. I would definitely have him have a 2, but I would need a solid 1 DL. Like I would need a solid defensive line before I take him because I don't think I trust him to be my number 1 yet, if that makes sense.
No, I agree.
So
all right. Very good. Very good. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the schedule.
All right. Crap, where's it go? There you go.
There we go. You want to read schedule or you want me to?
Oh, I don't mind, dude. It doesn't matter to me. I could do it though. Let's see. Bye week is
10.
10. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I pulled up the wrong one to show bye. All right, so they're hosting Detroit, and then they're traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 3, they got the Bears. Week 4, they got the Jets. Then the Vikings, Broncos, Chargers, and then Broncos again. So it's like 3 main key pieces home games right here, like almost home games. Like they got 2 home games there. Then they travel the Broncos literally like 2 weeks later, which are very important because they're in division. And then we got the Dolphins, and then they have a bye week there at a nice 10, like right in the middle, too perfect to even like just like I think that's the perfect bye week. your first 9 rough weeks. You get banged up and you're healed for about a week, and then you have 8 games left after that, which would be Philadelphia Eagles, the Raiders, the Packers, the Bills, the Patriots, the Raiders, and then the Bengals, and then again end it with the Chargers, which are in division. So easily they could be on top of the division between week 6 and 8. And with those 3 wins right there, could elevate them already before they even face the Raiders and the Chargers again. So I'm looking at this team, and I don't see them losing the first 8 weeks, man. The first 8 weeks, I don't see them losing. If the Dolphins still have Tua, that's going to be a game to wreak havoc for them. And it's going to be very close. And they could probably still... Dude, this team can go 9-0 before the bye week. This team can go 9-0 before the bye week. That's insane.
Good. I don't think it'll happen.
Say what?
I don't know. I think they'll lose. I don't know. I think Jacksonville week 2, maybe.
I think we were talking about Jacksonville as well being that good too.
I think we had them losing, but I still think Jacksonville could beat them. But I mean, if they went 9-0, I wouldn't be shocked, honestly.
I wouldn't be shocked either, but I was going to go because they're in Jacksonville, and I think they are that good. Jacksonville might surprise them.
The Jets game could be kind of good too.
Yeah. At least 7 games, 6 games tops here. Depending on how the Broncos actually elevate themselves without, Hackett being there for sure. Like, it's a different offense, it's ran differently. So I think I'll
Wow, you know what I realized? All
So
their
what?
big games against people outside of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Jets are at home. Like they play the Dolphins at home, they play the Eagles at home, they play the Bills at home, they play the Bengals at home.
Yep.
Like, dang.
Yeah.
So
And
the
that
only
could help
big
them out a lot
away game, the Detroit Lions at home. So you got Jacksonville and the Jets, who are away, and then obviously their division teams, the Broncos and the Chargers. But that's
Right.
insane.
Right. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I'm gonna say 14 and 3.
11. You're gonna say 14?
Yeah.
11, 12. I'll go low and I'll go 12. I got Detroit, I got the Bears, I got the Jets, I got the Vikings.
I think that Detroit game is going to be a lot better than people think.
That's true.
I think Detroit.
That one's gonna be so. I know we had a hard time with that one because
Yeah.
they've gotten so good.
I still think Kansas City will edge it, but I think it will be a good game. I really do.
Oh, I think it's gonna be like by a field goal, man.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Yeah,
12. I'm gonna go 12. And I just think something may or may not happen with one of these stronger teams that maybe they just
Well, not just that, but there could be one of these not good teams that they just don't show up for. Either.
Right. I'm going to go 12.
And they did lose to the Colts last year.
I'll go 12.
So 13.
Which 13 would be our average. So, yeah.
So let's see where they rank in our league.
James got 12 and 5 as well. So I'm going to say 12 just to see. Let me bring up our chart that we've been doing, but go ahead.
So
Braden should bring it in his thing.
Oh, yep, we got it right here. We got over under is 11.5. They're favored in every game.
It's hard, man. I want to go higher, but I want to give a benefit of the doubt that maybe
favored in every game. That is insane. The Jets and the Chargers, which are away games, are the closest games. And the Jets is -1, and the Chargers is -2. That's funny.
Wow, that's crazy.
Funny.
And I did believe that the Detroit game was going to go to the distance until the suspension happens, but now the heartache for Detroit is it a 10-point game? I don't know. They still have enough pieces there to make it happen.
Oh, I think so.
The suspensions probably does hurt them, but I don't think it was like key components.
Oh, I agree.
That's going to hinder them from losing that game. So, all right, let's go to our thing that we got here. What did you say, 13?
Yep.
Okay.
The highest odds are Vegas at 11.5.
Wow.
That's funny.
I did have them sweeping them, so.
I did too.
I don't think they're that good.
The Chiefs are the best team in the AFC.
There we go.
Looks like it's going to be Chiefs Eagles in the Super Bowl again.
Let's go with 13 here. So far, this is what we have.
4 teams left, Martin. 4 teams left.
I could probably do them before I leave, bro.
I know. I was excited.
Yeah, as long as we don't take any days off, I think you could probably knock these out before I leave. I mean, you and Brian don't have to worry about this.
Oh yeah, 4 teams, so all next week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
You said your thing got.
Yeah, no, it got moved. We were supposed to show up earlier. There could be possibility, but no, it'll be all right. So yeah. So far, we got the Broncos, the Browns, the Dolphins, and the Niners. Actually, we have 5 teams. You guys might have to do one.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
It's all right. It's no worries. You guys have to do one. That's fine. I'm
weird.
This is why you were given the keys today. That way, it's easier for you. And do you want the keys again next week, or do you want me to kind of?
It's fine. I can do it.
I don't know. You did fine. I think you did. You did okay.
It wasn't bad.
I'm
nervous a little at first, but then once I got going, I was like, I didn't even think about it anymore. I just went.
Nah, you're good. No, I was saying the best odds Las Vegas has given out to teams wins was 11.5.
Oh, sorry.
The Raiders do have the highest spread against the Chiefs at 9.5. Also, Bears games is also 9.5 as well.
Jesus, man. Jesus.
So far this is our chart. When you guys figure, I think you guys might have, you guys will be doing the Niners.
Oh,
that's probably for sure.
The Discord. That's why I got messed up.
What?
Well, I looked at our thing and it said we had 28 banners, so I was just thinking that was all the team schedules. But there's a top one that I realized. So yeah, we are at only 27.
You know what's crazy? Had we not taken that one day off, we would have finished it. All. Yeah, we got burnt out. We just we had to take a day.
Yeah, we got to do double duty on Wednesday then.
No.
I know. Go on Saturday.
Yeah. All right. Well, look. Either way, James, dude, you stuck out the whole episode. That is impressive.
That's awesome.
You must be on lunch break or I don't know what. You've never been here that long. Thanks for sticking around, dude.
For sure.
Do 2 days on I maybe could, but I don't know. I kind of want to see what Brian and Mark do on their own as a team breakdown.
Well, I'd probably run that one just because I'm more used to how we.
Oh
do
yeah, you're more used to doing this, but
Yeah.
like Brian's input, I think he's been in for like 2, right?
Yeah, he did the Chargers and then the Jets. Or did he didn't do?
And the Bears.
No, the Bears and the Chargers. I think those.
Yeah. I'm working. I have my headphones in. Oh, nice. Nice. Are you actually? Are you just listening, or are you actually? are you actually watching? I just want to know because I've had people in here with headphones before, but they don't actually watch. I need to know. I need to know this right now. I really do. This is a must, James. Because I know you personally, and I could do this. Just throwing it out there. To the Chiefs will go 6-2 in their own division. Not
well. There's only 6 games.
Not yeah. I'm like not that not possible.
Unless they're playing themselves twice.
I'm like, I don't think that
4-2
James.
4-2.
Yeah. You're listening.
Or 6-0.
Oh yeah. All right. You're listening.
Those are your two options: 4-2 or 6-0. There's no 6-2.
Look, James. All right, I'm gonna lower my voice because I'm directly in your ear. Right.
ASMR.
6-2. Yeah, we got some ASMR here, bro. When I get people come into this freaking channel and they're listening, but they're not actually watching, I give them my sweet whispers. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, 6-2 is 8 games, and that doesn't make any sense, bro. 4-2, my bad. I'm working. You're good, dude. You're good, man. Look, I'm gonna say you could change that 6 to a 5, and I just change it to like 4 and
5-1.
I don't know. They're gonna lose to somebody, and it's it's stupid. I don't know how, but is it me that the Raiders somehow sneak a win on them, despite how bad
they might, because they always seem to.
They keep it
Every
so
year.
close. So close. There's so many people that probably lost so much money on those games.
Well, I would imagine.
But yeah.
4-2.
Yeah.
I like the way you worded it too. 4-2.
All right. Anyways, man. James, take care, dude. Whatever you're doing.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Oh, that dude's listening.
Don't forget tomorrow.
What do you mean tomorrow?
The draft.
Oh, I thought you meant another show. I'm like, no,
the draft is tomorrow, my guy.
It is. One to the Broncos and one to the Chargers.
Chargers would
and that's who I see, because I'm telling you, Hackett sucks, man. That the team was such a better team when he was gone. He really was. Look, I have them losing 1 game to the Broncos and 1 game to the Chargers, and this is where I got my 12. I don't know where. Look, I don't know, but Mark had 14, I had 12, so we're giving him 13. Easily, probably the top teams here on our chart. If you're looking that we have our, it's a weird chart, but it's by divisions. We'll clean it up eventually. I'll get it done. So
I like it. Putting things in perspective.
Yeah. So, to infinity and Bijan starts tomorrow. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We're all waiting for what you do on your second pick,
right?
So everyone knows Braden has Bijan. Like, all right, we know. Guy, I'm on top of it. I'm excited. Yeah. We all are. I don't know what's going to be left at the 112 for you, but it's going to be interesting. So, I suggest you don't trade it away. We'll love us. Get out of here. You're such a Get out of here. No, you're not. Will Levis at 102. Get the hell out of here. I will tell you my losses after the show. Why not know? Why not know? You can tell me. It's fine. But it's fine. We're going to close it out.
All right.
I don't mind it. It's fine. Either way, it's Friday, guys. Take care of yourselves. If you're gonna go out tonight or in the weekend, be safe. You know, don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. Love all your names here coming in. Your beautiful faces coming in all the time. You guys make this show run. Even if you miss the show, it's okay. I know you're gonna be there eventually at some point or another time. Get us to another 100 subs and get another jersey out. Why not? So, Sunday, how are we doing?
Are we ranking something? I don't know.
I let
defenses.
I don't know. I let those two run it, and we just talk about everything. The fact that it's a football topic related, I don't care. But I don't know. Whatever. He's pulling a guard. Yeah. Yeah, he is pulling a Garcia. Jesus. How many kickers should I draft?
3, at least.
7. Why not? All right, guys. Take care. Again, be kind to everyone else. You never know what the hell they're going through. You could be that person that puts them on the edge, and never know. But anyways, see you guys Sunday. Sunday, bright and early morning. We will probably start talking about our Dynasty League because we're going to be in the heat of it. And I wouldn't be surprised what Brian does. I have a feeling Braden's going to go Bijan Richardson, and then CJ Stroud's going to go to Brian.
We should have our viewers rank our picks and see who they think picked the best one. I mean, obviously Bijan will probably get the best one, but I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm not even going to lie.
Well, yeah.
You said be kind, and I was like, rewind.
You never know what people are going through, right? Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at. Take care of yourselves. Mark, I think you should, that's my closeout. Sorry.
No, I know.
This is your episode.
It's fine. You already did it.
Figure out. No, you ain't got nothing? You ain't got nothing? You didn't
I was just going to say thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Let me know how I did in the comments. I'm interested to see how bad I did.
You're good, man. You did fine. It was kind of nice just watching. You literally did everything. Yeah, I was even gonna do the chapters for you. You're like, I got it. I got the chapters, bro. I'm just here as a guest today. So
no, you did the overlays. So that's
well, that's out of the realm. That your excessive ability there over there. It's fine. I got you, man. But grade would be
see if we let the viewers grade our picks.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I don't think we're going to get past the first round by Sunday, though.
Oh, no.
Last year, we took almost exactly a week, I think. So, we'll see. I don't know. Anyways, good luck, guys. Braden, James, good luck in the draft this weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning if you decide to come in. James, it'll be 8 in the morning our time. So if you do decide to come in and say what's up, even for a little bit, muchly appreciate. You need to just say what's up. I gotta go to work. I don't know. Stop by, swing by, man. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves again. Yep. See you Sunday morning.
All right. Stay safe, guys. Later.
All right. Later.
Oh.
What?
I forgot I was supposed to be the one who did it. I'm so used to just sitting here.
I know. I know you forgot because you
I was laying there and I'm like,
do it.
Oh wait, we're just sitting here. I got
do it. I'm just I'm sitting here like Palpatine. I'm like,
I know. I was like, oh shit, we're just sitting here waiting on me. And then you did it, and I was like, oh, I failed.
I got you, man. You're good. All right, I'm gonna click it right now. Ready? All right, guys.
Later, guys.
Getting hype when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.